Let's find your seat for meditation. I guess I'm going this way. I don't know which way to go. I guess I'm going this way, Karen. Okay, so rock slightly forward and back. Engage through the pelvic floor and belly, releasing the shoulders, pressing back to the skull to free yourself from tension. Placing the hands outside the hips. When you're ready, take a breath in, and we'll begin with your next exhalation. And coming into our trios, take a deep breath in. Separate the hands, resting down to the thighs. Slide back from the hips. Inhale, just take a nice deep breath and lengthen the spine. Chin coming down, not touching the body. Eyes slowly opening your head and down. Back up. All right, we're coming up standing. Okay, so today for Kapala body, we're going to be doing, whoa, get up too fast, just a second. We're going to be doing thigh pose. So we'll be on the mat with straddle legs. I'm just going to quickly show you it. So what happens is you reach the arms up towards the ceiling and pull in, as you say, ha to the waist. We're going to do that 6 times. Then you're going to reach out to the side and pull in the waist 6 times. And then we're going to go ha, ha, together fast. Okay? So turn any direction you want. Find your feet. You don't have to be super straddled, just normally when you practice on. Yeah. So I guess I'm going to turn because I'm facing. All right, you ready? So take the arms up in BB. Ha! 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 One more. Ha! Right out to the side, laterally. Ha! 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 One more. Ha! Now put them both together super fast. Ha! 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 That's invigorating, isn't it? Okay. Okay. So our pranayama we're going to do today is called the Whistling Swami. So what we do in the Whistling Swami is we're going to pick the right leg up, cross the midline. There's a balance in it, but we're not going to touch the body with the leg. And then we're going to be like Krishna with his flute. So we're going to bring the flute over to the left side and we're going to play the flute. Okay. Now, as we do this, we're going to be either humming or whistling a tune. What's the tune? Anybody? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Okay, that's what we're going to do. All right, so here we go. Find your feet. Oh, hold it. We gotta stand on our right foot. So shift over to the right. Pick your left leg up. So that means our flute's over to the right. Okay, and then we're going to be playing like we're playing the flute. Twinkle, little star. Again. Okay, what's your song for the next side? Row, 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 row. Deb's got a boat tonight. Row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Okay, so find your feet. Shift. I don't know that one's hard. Shift over to the left. I don't think this. Right crosses without touching. So now your feet's on the left. Just make sure we started on our right foot. Again. That's called the whistling Swami. Excellent. Okay, we're gonna do a little cat, and you're just gonna have the width of your mat. We're gonna intertwine the fingers in palm tree. So when we push away, that's when we're gonna scoop in the belly and round into flexion, sit down. Then bring the hands in the body, open the chest, you decide where you're gonna look, okay? So get your feet interlaced. Take a breath in first. Exhale, scoop in the belly and push away. Bring the hands towards each other, drop the shoulders, lift the collarbones. You decide where you're gonna look for your neck. Eyes are open, please. Exhale, scoop the navel, push out, sit back. Coming into the body, carrying on. Nice. Do a few more. Couple more. Scooping in the belly, last one. And when we finish and we have still our fingers interlaced, we're just going to change it up by one. Different exercise, same fun. Center those hands to your belly. We're just going to work with protraction, retraction of the shoulder blades. So my hands are going to stay stuck on my navel center. So I'm going to round into protraction, bring my elbows forward, then wrap the elbows around and open the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Yeah, you can just have your feet in Tadasana here. Yeah. Okay. So rounding forward. So I'm not dropping over. I'm just working with the scapula. Lift and squeeze together. Ooh, spreading your wings. Today's an eagle class. Yay, Garuda. Excitement's in the air now. Ah. Okay, one more with your flapping wings. Then shake it up. Okay, it's now time for our Surya Namaskar. So make sure there's no props on your mat. Coming to the front. No props on your mat, Ella. Okay, for our sun breath, I'll just face this way. Good. Hands at the, oh, there, the air conditioning shut off. How pleasant. Okay, for our sun breath, take breath in. Exhale, we sweep the arms up. Inhale, you decide where you're going to look, forward, upper back. Release the drishti and super reach. Back into the heart center, breathe in. Exhale, we're sweeping up. Inhale, find your drishti point. Release the neck and swoop. Oh, so good, one more. Breathing in. And exhale, up we go. Find that drishti, eyes are open. Release the neck and reach big time. And back into the heart center. So make sure you're at the front of the mat. And let's start our Surya Namaskar. Take a breath in. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Soften your knees, reach up for your extension, inhale. Exhale, we're flexing. You can have long levers as you come down, or place the hands to the hips or the thighs, whatever suits your back. And make sure your shoulders are relaxed. We're going to take 3 breaths. Inhale, we just raise the head slightly. Exhale, let your head sink heavy like a bowling ball. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we fire up pelvic floor and belly. One more time, inhaling. Exhaling. From this point, we're going to bring those fingertips down the floor outside of your feet. Step your right foot back into your lunge pose. Squaring the hips and shoulders to the front. That's good. Okay, we'll take 3 breaths. Inhale, let your back thigh come upward. Exhale, we're lunging and track the left knee to the second toe. Feeling the right hip flexor there. Breath up. Exhale, crown of the head leads. Keep your long spine. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale, track it down. From here, soften through the front knee. And you're going to step your left foot back for your favorite dog pose. Coming back to dog. Hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart. Then once you have yourself all situated, take your dog out for a walk. Alternating, pressing one heel down side to side. Feeling that into the back body. I hear something now. And then inhale, raise up on the balls of the feet. Exhale, lower your heels down where they're gonna go. Remember, your heels don't have to touch the floor. Activate the arms so no collapsing down into your wrists. Getting ready for plank pose, yippee. Inhale, look a little bit forward. Step your right foot to the back of your mat, followed by your left, and come into your plank pose. So at plank, remember, you can have one knee down, both knees down, or be down on a forearm base, right? Whichever one you like. Activate the core. Thinking that feels good. Okay, take a breath in. Exhale, contract the bandhas, pull everything in, and then inhale down without losing your core. Once you're down there, position yourself for Bhujangasana. You need to widen the legs or dorsiflex the feet or go into space with your arms. Position the hands where your shoulders are happy. Look down, breathe in. Exhale, root, activate, release the shoulders, and exhale, we slowly articulate, coming up, nose, neck, up in the spinal extension. Breathe up into the chest. Exhale, fire up the gap, pull in the belly. Inhale down, so I'm not losing my bandhas as I lower. Then we dig the toes, exhale, send the hips back for your second dog. You can always practice in a forearm dog too, if your wrists get cranky throughout the practice. Breathe, don't hold your breath. Inhale, look a smidge ahead, up on the toes or down the knees, your choice. Step your right foot forward for your lunge. Right leg ahead, please. You can help your leg there too, that's fine and dandy. Have your hips and shoulders facing forward. Inhale, the left thigh raises up. And then exhale, we lunge and track the front. Feeling the left hip flexor now. Just compare to your right side. Which side is the happiest tonight? Maybe you're all happy. I dream of those days. Inhale, left leg up. Step ahead beside your right. You're back to Padahastasana, back to the front of the mat. Into your spinal flexion. Wherever you want to land those hands. Inhale, look a little bit forward. Exhale, let your head sink down. Yep, 2 more breaths. Inhaling. Exhale, releasing. No tension in the neck. One more time. Great. From here, we float the hands up to the hips. Belly goes towards the thighs. Use those quads. Take a nice deep breath in. Eyes open into your standing back bend. Releasing the neck. Float your hands down. Back to the heart. Other side. Inhaling. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, sweeping up. Eyes stay open. Exhale, long levers or into the body for additional support, whatever you prefer. Try not to hyperextend your knees there. Inhale, we look a smidge forward. Exhale, we let our head just be heavy down. Yeah. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Okay. Bend the knees as required to reach the fingertips down to the floor. Left leg back into lunge, please. Square your hips, facing ahead. Inhale, back leg raises up. And then exhale, we lunge and track the front, feeling the left hip flexor again. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, crown of the head leads. You're super strong. Breathing in. Exhale, go. Soften through the front leg. Step back. Come back into your dog. And you could always replace dog with child pose if you need a break too, or cat. All animals are accepted. Now, here in your dog, you can decide to stay absolutely still, right? Or you can move. If you're a mover, raise both heels off the floor as you inhale, and then exhale, lower them down and feel a stretch, intensify in the calves and the Achilles. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we go down. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Hold your dome. Breathe and ease it. Can't wait for plank. Yes. Inhale, look a little bit ahead. Step left foot back to the back of your mat, followed by your right, just to change your habit. Elongate your spine. Remember, you can be down the elbows. That's good too. No dropping the hips. Elbow creases smile at each other. Try not to hyperextend. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fire up those bandhas. Pull everything in. Keep them in. And inhale down without losing your core. Position yourself for your extension. Legs, arms where you need to be. Looking down, take an inhalation. Exhale, root, activate, release the shoulders, and exhale, come up, articulate those bandhas and the glutes. Now, as you're up here, pause. Now breathe up into the heart. Exhale, fire up the gut again. Keep those abdominals working. Inhale down without losing them. And dig your toes. Send those hips up. Walk back for your dog. Delightful dog. Excellent. A few more breaths. Ready to finish this one off? So inhale, look a little bit ahead. Stepping left foot forward for lunge, or lowering your leg and helping your left leg ahead. And then on your hip. So once you come back, get everything square to the front, wrist still under the shoulders. Here we go. Inhale, let the right thigh raise slightly. Exhale, track the left knee to the second toe. Breath up. Exhale, firing off as you go down. Those bandhas, of course. One more breath up. And exhale, track the knee. From here, float right, bend left, right ahead, side to left. Back into Padahastasana, hands to feet pose, where you want to rest the hands. Inhale, you look a smidge. Exhale, you let your head sink on down. Two more, please, on your own. And when you finish, float the hands to the hips or the thighs. Use the quads, circle up, inhale. Exhale. Down to the heart center. Okay, we're going to be adding on to this today. Yay! I'm sure you'll be delighted to know this. We're going to do, well, you like all these poses. We're going to do Virabhadrasana 2, into Trikonasana and Ardha Chandrasana. So Warrior 2 into Triangle, into Crescent Moon. Now, we have to do this on the second side, because otherwise we'll start with the wrong foot for balance, because I'm going to call this your balance pose, okay? So that means all the work will be on the second side. So for example, we'll be stepping the right foot back, doing all our stuff, right? And then we'll be stepping the right foot forward when we return. And this is where we're going to include everything. So after the one breath, we'll inhale, and exhale will come into that lunge. Then from there, we're going to plant the foot, press into the thighs. Oops, see? Hold it, accident about to occur. But you'll be okay. And we're going to set up in the side plane. So main thing about, just to get started, is we want the heel in line with the inner arch, and we want our body facing sideways, right? And from there, we're going to set everything up. We're going to float the arms up into Virabhadrasana 2, and then you're going to decide where you want to look for your mat. From here, you know how I set up as if I'm going to do Parsvakonasana for Trikonasana. So I'm either going to drop that hand to the thigh or the elbow to revolve the torso more, and then we're going to float the arm up, lengthen the leg into a Trikonasana. and that drishti will be up for you. Now, it's really good to have your block ready before you start your pose. So we'll be having that block to the right side of us. Okay, and then so after Trikonasana, we'll release the gaze, hand to the hip, and we're going to bend the front knee, reach for our block. You got to do like a little skippy hop up, move the block so you can get your wrist in line with the shoulder, and then you externally rotate your hip. Activate the leg, and then you decide where you're going to land. Okay, now from here, the arm will come out, the neck will come out first, and you're just going to plop your leg back because I don't want you coming into the front plane from here, right? So we're going to pivot and turn, and we're going to go back into that lunge just to set ourselves up again, and then we'll be stepping forward for Padahastasana and carrying on with the rest of the pose. Are we okay for that? Got some thumbs up there. Okay, so have your block to the right side of you. You may have it off your mat, but you can adjust it when you get yourself set up, okay? All right. So we take one breath instead of our usual 3 for this one, but we'll hold the other poses to make up for it. Here we go, breath in. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale up towards the sky. Exhale down to the earth, long levers or into the body. Find your range of motion. Settle your hands, body, or floor. So we're going to look once. Inhale, we raise the drishti up. Exhale, let your head sink down. Fingertips down the floor outside your feet. Right foot back into lunge, please. Finding your hips and shoulders ahead. Let's take our one breath. Inhale, back leg ascends. Exhale, we descend the front. Soften through the front leg. Let's step on back and find your dome. Yeah, so just one breath there with the lunge. Fan through the fingers, improve your base of support. So your palms have 4 corners like your feet. So think about touching on those 4 corners of your palm and extend the fingers, right? They're just going to help you be more happy in the pose. Inhale, look a smidge, step right foot back for plank, followed by left. Pick your variation for plank. Feeling fine. Engage the bandhas. Yep. Take your inhalation, then exhale, contract the core, pull everything in, and inhale down to the mat. Set yourself up for your Cobra Pose. Try not to sickle the ankles, have your toes straight. Looking down, breathe in, exhale, activate, release, and exhale, articulate, come up. Where's the bandhas? Where's those glutes? Now while you're up here, breathe up into the chest. Exhale, contract the bandhas again, pull everything in, keep it in. Inhale down without losing your core. Okay? Then dorsiflex your toes, press through the hands, send those buttocks up. Walk back into your restful dog. Breathe in. Inhale, we look a smidge ahead, and then we're going to step our right foot forward into lunge. So set up in your lunge position. Get yourself square, and let's take one breath. Inhale, the back thigh raises. Exhale, we track the front knee. Now this is where we're going to walk up the body, right? So here you are in your lunge. You can lower your left foot down if you want first, and press into your thigh and come all the way up. So you have to set yourself up properly, right? So look at your front heel, line it with the inner arch of your back foot. Angle your back foot if you like that. You can have anywhere between 90 to 60. And front hand, direct the knee to the second toe. Back hand on the hip and turn your shoulders into the side plank. So you feel there's some activity. Now, float your arms up, take a breath in, and exhale, plug the arms into sockets. Shoulder issues, let your arms come anywhere between the legs and between that 90 degree. Take an inhalation, lift the ribs. Exhale, decide where you're going to look for your neck, and then lunge into Virabhadrasana 2. Make sure that you're not jutting your chin forward. You want to say you're the avatar of that wonderful blue suit on looking fine. That'll be one awesome costume. Now, keep breathing. 20 minutes is not a long time when you like something. You're so focused. That's what yoga is about. Okay, so inhale, and then exhale, lower your arms down. Now, I have the option of keeping my hand on my front thigh or coming down on my elbow just to set up for Trikonasana. So I'm going to use the back hand on the hip, hand or elbow on the front thigh, turn my torso. Bottom ribs forward, top ribs back, skull presses back. Now, float the arm from the hip up towards the sky. And then lengthen your front leg and your arm into your Trikonasana. So here in the pose, make sure you're not hyperextending your front knee. And if this is cranking in your shoulder, remember you can lower that arm. The last part is the drishti, where you're looking for your neck. Up at the hand, straight ahead, or downward. It's always up to you. You can make your own decisions. Firm your feet though. Press back through your skull. Woo, that's a party. Now, from here, if I'm looking up at my hand, I need to release my neck first, right? Float the arm in the air to the hip. So land on your hip, look down towards your foot and bend your knee. Now, this is where I'm going to reach for my block. I'm then having my hand, using it. And then I'm going to kind of like hop slightly, hop to lift the back leg up. And then externally rotate the hip, dorsiflex your foot. Raise your arm up as we come into it. Now remember, you don't have to have the arm in the air. You can rest along the body. Make sure that your right foot is straight. Some of you are way out of whack, and that's just going to stress your knee. You got to line your feet up. Line your toes straight. No, it's your knee. It's your knee. I'm trying to help you, not let you kill yourself. Eventually you'll fatigue out because your alignment with your ankle, knee, hip is totally out of whack. Then you're not externally rotating your top hip enough. Anyways, enough of this. You can come over. So here from your Ardha Chandrasana, what do? Release the neck. Arm floats down and just flop the leg wherever it goes. It doesn't matter to me where you go. But I don't want you stepping forward, which shears your SI. So turn now, face the front plane. Temporary lunge. Get yourself back to board. Float the leg up, step ahead. Find a Hastasana. When you're there, transfer your block over to the other side of your mat. And we'll take one breath. Inhale, we look ahead. Exhale, we let our head sink down. Float the hands to the hips, belly to the thighs, circle up to ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, namaste. Any questions on that? Yeah, so if I'm like this and I have my foot turned in, my knee's tracking this way, my hip is shearing this way. This is what is happening. You should have felt that in your. Okay, so we'll aim for that alignment, okay? So let's start our second side. Breath in, inhale. Exhale, release down. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale down to the earth. Find your range of motion for you. Inhale, look once ahead. Exhale, let your head sink down. Hands to the floor, outside of your feet. Left foot back for lunge, please. This is your opportunity to get yourself nice and square to the front. Okay, hip, hip, hooray. Back leg raises up slightly on the inhale. Exhale, retract the front knee. Soften through the front. Step back into your dog. Back we go. Find your hands, find your feet. Take the energy from the earth and scoop it up through the limbs into the pelvis. Super strong. S, S. Excellent. Inhale at the smidge ahead. Left foot back to plank, followed by right. Get that long board position. Remember, you can change the way you practice this depending on where your energy is. So I could have a knee down, both knees down. Take your inhalation. Exhale, contract the bandhas, pull everything in, keep them in, and inhale down without losing your core. Then position your legs and arms, looking down. Take a breath in. Exhale, activate those abdominals, pelvic floor, glutes, and come up. Right there, find your capacity for your lungs. Breathe in. Exhale, use those bandhas again. Keep them in. Inhale down. So I don't let my belly go when I'm coming down. Take the toes, send the hips up. Last dog, I think, eh? Try not to miss it too much. The little giggles. Pause for a couple breaths here. Try to think about your shoulder blades moving down the back towards the buttocks. They won't fall forward in the hunchback mode. Inhale, look a little bit ahead, up on the toes or down the knees. Left foot forward, lunge. Left foot ahead. You can help your leg there too. Having everything square to the front. Let's take our one breath. Inhale, back leg ascends, descending the front. Now from here, you're going to come up or lower that right heel down first. Then you're going to square yourself, getting everything set in there. So have your hand to your front knee, direct your knee to the second toe, back hand on the hip, and then open your shoulders into the side plane. Getting ready for Virabhadrasana 2, float your arms up, inhale, exhale, plug in. So there's a reaching out, which is organically and muscularly is pulling the arm bones in. Inhale, lift the chest, and then exhale where you're going to look for your gaze, wherever your neck is happening. Deep breathing. Still pressing back. Feel your feet firming and energy coming up through the legs, through the pelvis, through the spine, out through the fingertips and the crown of your head. Now, from this position, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to lower the hands down. Either I'm going to keep the hand on the front thigh or drop to my elbow, your choice. Revolve your torso, bottom ribs forward, top ribs back, and then press back through the skull to free your neck. Getting ready for Trikonasana, take your hand from the hip, sweep up to the ceiling, lengthen your front leg without locking the knee. Make sure you don't hyperextend your knee. Just common when you have your hand on the physical leg. So make sure no locking the joint. Then last part is your gaze. Where do you want to look for your neck? Upward, straight ahead, or down? It shouldn't feel like your head is falling down. So that's why you want to press back through the skull to keep the integrity of the neck. Every time you exhale, activate your bandhas. It's going to keep you safe in the pose. Right. Now, to progress into Ardha Chandrasana, if you're looking up, release the neck. Arm that's in the air, float it to the hip. So what I do is I bend the front knee. I'm going to raise the heel. My hand, left hand's going to go for the block as I pick my right foot up. So when you have the hand on the block, make sure your wrist is under your shoulder. Right, it'll help you with that alignment. Dorsiflex your foot, back foot, and pull the toes in towards the shin bone. Super engage your core. You got to use your bandhas. Now I can leave my top arm resting along my body or to the hip, or I could reach up for the sky. You could also do it at the wall too if you want. Exactly. Perfecto. So Ardha Chandrasana balances all the hormones in the body. Yay for that.
I just got confused.
It's okay to get confused. Look at me.
Lost which direction I was going when I meant to move.
Okay, here you go, crescent mooners. If you're looking up, release the gaze, arm that's in the air, float it to the hip, and then simply let the back leg just flop down.
Oh.
And then pivot and turn, facing the front of your mat. You need to get yourself square. Coming down, temporary lunge. Then step ahead into Padahastasana. Into your hands to feet pose. Inhale, we'll take one breath, look ahead. Exhale, let your head sink down. Float the hands to the hips, belly to the thighs, circle up, inhaling. Exhale, namaste, down to the heart center. Pause here, eyes can be open or closed, whatever you prefer, no falling over them. Take a few breaths. Purpose of the Surya Namaskar is 1, to warm you up. 2, to say thanks to the sun. Without you, we wouldn't be alive. Inhale, let your eyes open. Exhale, release the arms. I'm trusting that was spectacular. Okay, we're not done standing. No. So we're going to do Garudasana today, eagle pose. And then we're going to turn eagle pose into Nitambasana. So you will use the wall if you have any back issues, particular SI joint issues, balance issues, or knee issues of your support leg. So just to quickly show you what I'm talking about, for eagle pose, if I need a modification, okay, will be my right leg, okay. So then I'm just showing with the block, if any of you need a modification, you could, we'll be starting on the right, take your left foot, toes and touch the brick, okay? Or you can just touch the floor, touch the outside of the foot, or wrap the leg right around your hip, but your hips and your ribs have to be in the front plane. Okay, so from there, when my left leg is on top, my right arm is going to be crossed. Right? Now, we're going to hold that. I'm just showing you the 2 poses. Whoa, just wait for me. And then we're going to add Nitambasana if I ever get there. And then we're going to bring that into the side plane, tipping over to the side. Coming back to gather your energy, releasing the arms, bending the right knee. I like to keep both knees flexed and then come up and out. So if crossing the arms over isn't acceptable with your shoulders, you can cross the elbows and bring the back of the hands together as a variation. You could just have the hands into Namaste, or the easy one is just crossing the midline by cupping your shoulders. Okay, what do we think? Yeah, one of them's got to work for you. Okay, so if you need the wall, you can go there. All right, we'll be balancing on our right foot. So 2 balance poses today, okay? Awesome. Okay, here we go. Ready? Got your nice Tadasana. You got to be rooted. Shift over to your right foot. Pick your left foot up. Inhale here. Exhale, either cross it to the brick, to the floor, or to the calf. Or if you're going to go behind the back of the calf, sweep it around with momentum. And then make sure you're bending your right knee. It's really important that the right knee is flexed, hips and shoulders ahead. Now, find your drishti along the floor. Find a spot to look at because it's going to help you quite a bit. Inhale, we open the arms. Exhale, cross right over left. Bring your hands into the pose. Now, you want to think about you're pressing the shoulders down, pressing the skull back, looking straight ahead to whatever you see. Hang in there. All right, your eagles are good. Now, we're going to add the lateral flexion. So keep your focus, breathe in, then exhale, bring the arms to the right as you gently push the hips to the left. Keep your skull pressing back so you're not collapsing forward. Feel the 4 corners of your right foot. Then inhale, then exhale, come all the way up, back into eagle. That's the fun part. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale to your hips. Keep your right knee bent. Bend the left, level yourself, and then press up equally through the hips. And yes, shaking it out is definitely a good thing after that. Okay, we have to do the other side. Well, you have to be balanced. Right. How was the first side? Oh, fantastic. Yeah, it is, eh? Eagle pose, when you add that lateral flexion into it, it's tough because you're throwing yourself purposely off balance. That's what makes it so good. Walls, not floors. I don't want to fall on the floor. Right. Okay, so here we go. Shift over to the left foot. Pick your right foot up. Decide where you're going to go. Brick floor, or to the shin, or wrap all the way around. Now remember, we can't have that knee facing the side of the mat, right? So we have to bend this left knee and square our hips to the front. All right, that looks good. Now inhale, we open the arms up. Exhale, cross left over right. So press the shoulders, press back through the skull. If you like it, you bend your left knee even more. Never lock the knee though. And press back through the skull. Whoa. No, we're not going into the lateral flexion. I'm just losing it. Whoa. Seems I want to go that way for some reason. Okay. From here, we're going to add that Nitambasana. Take a breath in. Exhale, my arms are going to the left while my hip is pushing to the right. I'm still pressing back through the skull. Find the four corners of your left foot. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Woo. If you lose it, it's okay. I do it all the time. Then from there, inhale. Exhale, come all the way back up. Find the length, press back through the skull. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, release your wings. So you still find that drishti. Keep the left knee bent, plant the foot. Stretch up. Yes, we're going to counter. So just come into Padahastasana. All we're going to do is place our hands to the belly of the hamstrings behind the middle of the upper thigh. And just keep the hands there. Allow your head to be heavy. And just relax. So just by touching the hamstrings, it brings that kinetic awareness to what you should be feeling. Good job. All right, take your inhalation, and then exhale, slide the hands around to the front of the thighs, push into the thighs, and take your time coming up. Nice flat back position, so you're back in the space. How are we feeling? We're done standing. Yay, come on down. Okay, to carry on with our eagle thing, we're going to do Sarvangasana, Garudasana, and Sarvangasana. So you won't be doing this pose for various reasons. If you already know, high blood pressure, ear, eye ailments. I don't do if I have any concerns with my back at all. Shoulders, you got to have the mobility in your shoulders through. Get yourself in a position. Middle of your menstrual cycle. Usually you don't do that for the heaviest starter flow. And if you don't want to do it, that's So I always use 2 blankets because I need that for my neck. So I've got mine all set up. And I should be in the right spot under this critter's chin. What we should use. So I'm demoing for you. So watch. Oh, just a second. Let's not go that crazy. Okay, so when you set up, adjust your clothing first. Never turn your head to the side like I almost did there. So I should be able to shrug my shoulders to reach the top of that fold that I created. And I'm going to wiggle and get a little bit of movement. This is wanting to get me today. And then I walk my hands in as I walk up. Just hear a couple cracking. That's so great. So if I want to do a modified variation of shoulder stand, this is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and then you're in pose. So when I'm here, then I'm going to add my eagle legs. So I'm going to cross my right behind my left, bend the knees. Now, I'm not going to take the knee to my nose. That's a different pose. I'm just thinking of pushing up and lifting out of the pose, okay? If I want to come out sooner, I can come back to Sarvangasana and stay there. I could bring one leg to the wall and stay there as long as I want. But know that eventually, right, you have to come up and switch sides. So how long are you going to stay into each variation? Okay, so when I come down, I'm going to roll over. And fish is our counter pose. Again, I'll show you variations for all this. So if I'm okay for fish, I want to be able to lengthen my legs out, right? I teach it on my elbows. It's a weird way, but I like it. So what can I say? And then I drop my head back. Then from there, I slide my arms under my body. Then I lengthen my legs. And then I grip through my fingers and lift my body up and drop to the front. So you do not do this with any neck issues. You see that? When I come out, I flex one knee and use my core strength to lift my head, lift my hips, right? And then release the arms. So the modification for this, because of neck issues, is folding one blanket across, and we're eventually, everybody's gonna go there, okay? So if you're gonna go right there, that's cool, you can do that. Opening the chest, right? Cowboy arms. You need a bolster, blanket rolled under your knees, you can do that, or a hamstring block, foot blocks. Or I could have my arms just past here. So, if I'm not doing Sarvangasana, then I can do either, if you don't have a red block like I do, you can take one, well, I'll show you with blankets. Take 2 blankets, fold them. So one folded edge is on the opposite side to create balance. And I still set up the wall. Don't need the mat to turn down. Elevate my hips, slide the blankets underneath ish. Okay. So there's no concerns with your neck here, right? You're totally nice and happy. Then float the legs up. So then I could do my eagle legs here with the knees bent like this. I could also bring them in tighter if I want. Okay? And then your back bend. Okay, so which one do you want to do? You never do shoulder stand with nothing. You at least need one blanket, depending on the size of your C7. So if you reach behind and you flex your neck and you feel that bone really big, like mine's huge, then I know I need 2 blankets. But if it's small, you can already feel it. You probably only need 1. Do you use 2 blankets, Louise? I don't think you do. I think every time I say that. No, I'm not thinking that. And remember, so watch you don't slide in the blanket because you don't have the mat underneath. It's like the normal class, right? So be careful. So really get your feet firm on the wall before you start to move. So that your blanket depth has to move probably an inch closer to the wall. Okay, but you're a little too high. So if you're using the blanket under the tush line, you can also do that variation. Never turn your head to the side.
Can we switch on our own?
Yes, you can switch on your own.
We go in on our own?
Go in on your own and switch on your own, yeah.
Do we go into it right away?
Yeah, once you lengthen through in Sarvangasana, then when you cross your legs into the eagle legs, you can feel your body like lifting up because you're going to activate the legs and pull yourself up higher. It's awesome because you can feel your spine lengthening. That's why I like this variation of Kegel legs. Nice. So remember when you're in the stronger inversions, if you come out, too bad, you can't come back in. So remember, that's why I like setting with the wall. If I fatigue, I can bring my feet up to the wall, and I can stay there until I'm ready to continue and go back into it. And wherever your leg allows you to go, the goal is to get that foot behind the calf if you can. Or beside it, that's all right. That's good, that's good. Yeah. So when you're ready to switch, you feel that's good enough, you can stay in this period of time, what you've done now, then switch the other leg around, or take your feet to the wall, give yourself support before you do a switch around. You know what I usually say? Sometimes you feel like an eagle, sometimes you do. Oh, oh, oh. Into your flesh. Where's my hands? I wonder if next time we do something, tell me about your hands. And maybe we'll put like a little square mat there. See if maybe the mat that gets your grip. See if it makes any difference. Ooh, Louise, careful.
I know.
If you finish before other people, you can go ahead into either the fish or the passive back bend. Now in the passive back bend, if you need another blanket on your head, make sure you have that too for your neck. Remember, inversions are the gold star poses in yoga, right? Because they have so many health benefits. Turning yourself upside down is what we need to do every day. So all the organs go, what is happening here, right? They want to get rid of more waste products, stuff out of your system, turn around. Oh, did passive one? Yeah. So I just have the blanket across the mat, and I'm not making it super tight, just loosely. Yeah. And then when I lay down, my shoulders are off it. So if I need a blanket under my head, I also have another blanket there. So everybody, we're gonna do fish. Yep.
Yeah.
And then the fingers are up like this on the side one. Head down. And slide your hands under your body. Right? And lengthen your legs. And that's where you grip with your fingers to lift your torso. Nice, nice, very nice. Crown and head down. Good. And breathe. So remember, your inversions make you prettier, smarter, and younger. Yes. I like that. So if you're in the fish pose, you're slowly going to come out. Remember to bend one knee, root the foot, use your core strength to raise your head. As soon as you lower your head, lift your hips to slide your arms out. Now, and then you're going to position the same blanket roll for everybody who's coming out of fish and come into that pose with everybody else. Yes, either. Because we're going to do something else. Now, what we usually do after Sarvangasana, if you remember, I'm not sure if some of you did it, but we usually want to do some neck rotations in case we created any tension in our neck. So in this position, just breathe in and then exhale, massage the back of the head as you slowly look to the right. Inhale, hold it there. And exhale, slowly come back to the center. Pause here on the inhale. Exhale, slowly massage the head to the back. Inhale, you hold. And exhale, you come back. Okay. So if you're in a seat, we're going to come back to the blanket roll. So maybe I'm just sitting up observing. So we're going to be in the same position with the blanket, feet on the floor, because now we're going to go into eagle legs again. Okay? So I'm still going to have the roll there, blanket by knee for my head. So all those here in the classroom, you're not changing anything. And then I simply, as the tilt of the pelvis, your feet are on the floor. Hug up through the knees and cross your right leg over your left into your eagle legs. Okay? Now, from this position, we're going to do the eagle arms. So I'm going to inhale, open the arms. Exhale, cross left arm over right. And then I want the palms facing downward, or the elbow faces towards my face. And I'm going to press the shoulder blades down into the mat. So this supine variation of eagle pose helps you make that connection to where you should be feeling the scapula. So our left shin is parallel to the floor. Yeah. So bending your left knee, Brenda. So your shin is parallel. Yeah. No, straight out. I don't know. Like that. Like this? Yes, 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 yes. That's it. So if I'm not able to get that foot behind the calf, it's the same thing when we did the standing. Just adjust where you need to be. Some people just cross their ankle over the shin. So you're welcome to do that. Then inhale and exhale, release your arms. Uncross your legs, and we do the same thing on the other side. So now left leg crosses over. Okay, said that right. Taking that behind the calf, opening the arms, and crossing opposite arm on top, whichever side you're on. I have different legs happening on there. So I won't direct you as to side. Do the opposite one than the one you just did. Yeah. Breathe. Two more breaths here. Inhale, then exhale, release your eagle arms, release your eagle legs. Now from this, what we need to do is now we roll over to the side, everybody. Pull your blanket out. And then go right back onto your mat with no blanket under the head if you need it. Just so you can release anything. You should felt anything, right? Just want to relax a little bit. You can have your knees bent. If you're okay for your legs out, go ahead. You should keep the knees bent, but I won't be that bossy. I could be. Kind of reminds you of corpse pose. But not yet. We have more to do. So with the hands resting by your hips, we're just going to do a little dynamic movement. So we're going to inhale, sweep our wings up. So our hands are going along the floor. So wherever they go. So when your inhalation is done, that's where you stop. Exhalation, how far you go to the hips. When it's done, you stop. So it's kind of snow angel arms, okay? Sorry for mentioning snow. Inhale up, slide along the floor. Exhale back. So here you're working a little bit with the elevation and then the depression of the scapula. Okay, let's do two more. Last one. Good. End up with your hands by your hips. Hug the knees in, one at a time, flex your knees first. A little bit of gas relieving pose, hug it in, hug it in. And then roll over your side and push yourself up. Okay, so we're going to be coming into a seat now. So I'm going to use my block under my tush. You could use a couple blankets or one blanket to sit off, whatever you prefer to sit in. And we are going to be starting with the legs ahead of us, and our arms are going to be back of our body, so you need room behind you. Okay? So for me, I'm going to sit off the block, and I have space behind so that I can take my hands behind me with my fingers towards my body. Like so. So this is the one that's going to externally rotate your shoulders and open your chest. Okay? So that's where we're going to go with that so far. Now, I don't have to have my legs touching, but we will in a second. So what you're going to do is we're going to try to do eagle pose again.
And the wrist be turned this way?
You can, yeah. Yeah, if you feel less pressure, for sure. Then what we're going to do is take our right foot, cross it over our left, and then bend your left knee a little bit and slide that foot under there. It's tough to do. No. To the best of your ability. So you don't want to fall back, right? You want to scoop in your belly and sit up tall. Okay for that, everybody on the screen? Now, this is the challenging part. I'm supposed to lift that leg off the floor.
Which one?
The
The one that's straight?
Yeah. And use your core. Just try it for fun.
Both?
Yeah, so I'm scooping my right toes and lifting my left calf. And I'm cheating a little bit to help me. So then you get into your lean back position and hold the core. I should save my 20-minute joke for that one, eh? Scoop up. Oh, I'm cross-shaking.
That hurts the brain.
Well, you're crossing the midline, right? So you're working your brain.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so left over right. And then a little bit, get the foot under there. Scoop in your belly. Now, no pressure in the knee. You got to watch that you're not dropped internally rotating, okay? Lift the leg up. Feel those hip flexors a little bit. Try it a couple times. Kind of reminds me of boat, right? Because you have a lean back position of asana. And then uncross and shake it out. Okay, the next one you're not going to mind so much. It's the same thing again, but we don't lift the leg. And we add a twist. Okay? So we're going to cross. Yes, okay. So cross your right over your left, slide under the calf, sit up nice and tall. Left hand to your right shin. Right arm circles back behind, so don't lay back, remember? It's like the stage twist. So I'm going to sit up super tall, scoop in my belly, turn towards the right. So as I turn, I'm going to turn from my belly, my ribs, and my collarbones, and the last part will be my neck. Where do I want to look where my neck is at? If it's not working to slide the foot under the cat, then just place the foot on the floor like we normally do for the stage twist. Scoop it into that. Relax your back shoulders, so no hunchback back there. All right, from here we're going to inhale, and then exhale. Slowly release your neck first. And then exhale as you engage your core. Bring your right hand forward and just square yourself. Uncross the leg. Give it a thumper out for thumper one. And then we got to switch sides. Okay, flex the left. Slightly bend the right knee. Slide the foot under there. Get yourself nice and upright. Right hand to left shin. Circle left arm around on the inhale. Exhale, either you have your spiders back there or your palm is flat, depending on the length of your body. And take a breath in from the peritoneum to the crown of the head and grow taller. And activate the bandhas, pelvic floor, belly. And then slowly turn to left. Belly, ribs, collarbones. Press back through your skull. And the last part to go in will be your neck. So where do you want to look where your neck is happy to go? Keep breathing. Might feel easier to twist to one side than the other. All right, from here we're going to inhale and then exhale, release your neck so your gaze is coming forward. To the left arm ahead. I'm crossing the leg, taking it out and shaking it out. Okay. Now, normally we don't stand up after we've been seated, but that will be a modification for some of you who don't like Malasana ankle stretch. Okay. So I'm just going to show you what you'll do instead. For those, don't come up yet. For those who aren't going to be with ankle stretch, you're going to come into thigh pose, right? And then do your eagle arms and flex it down, okay? Those of you who are okay for Malasana, that's where I'm supposed to bring my feet right together, but for some people that doesn't work either, so you might have space, right? So as I drop down into my seat, if your heels lift, you need a little assistance there. The good thing is just, you could use a blanket, but the block is more secure and helps you with your ankle stretch. Otherwise, you can hold it, and then, just a second, open the arms, eagle out, and then you want to put your eagle in the nest. Elbows come to the knees slightly, and round, and then lower your heels as close as you can to the floor. And then, of course, we'll come up and switch our eagle arms, do the other side. Okay? So any of those modifications, widening the feet or supporting behind the heels isn't going to work in a squat pose for you or your knees, then please come up into thigh pose. Okay? Yeah. All right, so make your selection, thigh pose, up or down. It's already demoed the squat variation. So for Savasana, take a breath in and then exhale. I'm just going to hinge at my hips a little bit. This is for the thigh pose, people. And then we're going to cross right arm over left. Scoot, and then you'll be pulling into the chest, scooping your belly, and then you'll come over and sit down and then lift your head so you don't hang in your neck. And those all the way down in Malasana. The goal of Malasana is to bring your head downward, right? So you'll go ahead and do that. Scooping into the body. If you're in Malasana, you can see how you can use the arms to push gently, which will help to maybe move those heels closer towards the floor, right? And usually you feel pretty secure in this one. You might like it. I like to feel my rib cage against the thighs and breathe into the back of my ribs. Okay, inhale and exhale, we come up, and you can take a break and pause for a second, because I'm super nice. Good, good. And then we're going to switch sides, so. Yep, thigh posers do it first, and come back into your ankle stretch. Now we put left arm over right, opposite to what you did. Scoop in the belly, round into your pose. And then breathe into the back of your rib cage, which feels really good. Nice. Excellent. From here, you're going to inhale, then exhale, raise your head, release your eagle arms, and then thigh posers, come all the way up, find your break nice and slow, and then come on down to the mat, and squatters release, because now we're going to come into our meditation. Okay, so use any seat you want, any prop you want to get comfortable. And we're going to do, there's a few different Garuda Mudras. So I call this one number 1. I don't know why I just picked it. But to explain it, what it's important to know is the right palm faces the body. Right palm faces the body. Then you hook your thumbs. So right palm facing my body, left palms in front, and hook the thumbs together. And then my wings come up. You watch it. Okay, then. So what happens, this is a dynamic mudra. So when I inhale, my wings are going forward, so my hands move forward. As I exhale, they come back towards me. So inhale, they flow out. Exhale, they come back in. Okay? All right. So find your seat for that. Right palm facing inward is the most important part. So Garuda is the vehicle of Vishnu. He flies on that eagle. Faces the chest. And then in that wave-like motion, right, we're going to inhale as the hands move away. Exhale as we return towards the chest. Okay? So remember, we're not trying to change our breath in meditation. We just want to find where our natural breath is. Relax your shoulders. Make sure you connect to the bandhas by leaning forward, engage the core, bring the shoulders over the hips, skulls pressing back. And when you inhale, your wings totally match your breath forward. And exhale, they return back towards you. Repeat 3 more cycles with the movement of the mudra here. When you finish, just rest that mudra to the heart center. Pause for 3 more breaths. Deep inhalation and exhale, release the mudra. Hands come down to the thighs, relax the shoulders, slide on back to the hips. Move down, just take a breath in, connect to length of the spine. Chin down, not touching the body. Now I see you. Times. Back. All right, it's time for our yoga nidra. So like get yourself all cozy. Be facing the wall in the studio. Use bolster, blanket, anything you need today. Turn this up. So finding your position for yourself. Allowing the legs and the arms fall over to the side. Palms facing upward. Fingers naturally curl. Survey through your body and look for any areas where you tend to store tension. And if you find any spots, breathe into them now. Then with the exhalation, allow the body to visit it. Let's try that again. Nice breath in. And exhale, letting go. Now, where's the breath traveling in the body? Is it flowing easily into the chest, the ribs, or the belly? And just let it continue on its own time. Easy in and easy out. And now is the time for you to remember your intention. Think of a positive word for yourself. It has to be positive. And repeat it 3 times silently to yourself now. Then return back to your natural breath here. Focus on your breathing. On the inhalation, let the abdomen balloon a little bit. And on the exhalation, consciously feel the contraction of the abdominal muscles. Let your inhalations be soft and expansive, and let your exhalations be firm and contracted. Be conscious of any tightness or tension in the back of your head, and with each exhalation, allow the head to become heavier onto the floor or your blanket. Releasing the body, allowing your mind to settle. And focus on the muscles of your face. Lift your eyebrows, then release any frown lines between your eyes. Unlock your jaw and feel any tension around your mouth melting away. Imagine that any tension in the back of your head is dissolving like salt in a glass of water, and release all tensions here. Let the eyes feel heavier. Separate the lips and the teeth. Make sure your jaw is still free of tension. And then soften through the throat, the front to the sides, the back of your neck. Feel the shoulders, release them along with the chest. Feel the back body, the upper back, and release it. And then release down and towards the back of your rib cage, the thoracic spine, along to the front towards the belly. And then below the belly, release the abdomen, pelvic area. And around to the back, into the low back and the sacrum. From here, release into the legs, the thighs, the groins. Down to the back of the knees and kneecaps. To the lower legs, the calves and the shins, releasing. Down into the ankles, the feet, and out to the toes. And then release to the arms. As you release, still the shoulders and the upper back. Release the upper arms, the elbows. The forearms, the wrists. Hands and out through the fingertips. Feeling your entire body in this restful state. And as your body relaxes, imagine yourself from a high perspective, as if you're looking down on your whole body in a very detached way. See yourself as a beautiful, graceful bird soaring across the white-topped waves on a secluded beach. Feel the gentle wind under your wings helping you soar effortlessly into the blue sky beyond, taking you higher and higher until you can no longer see anything but clear blue sky all around, completely safe and protected. Allow yourself to simply drift and dip and float in this velvety blueness all around, as you feel the warmth of the sun on your body and the wind under your wings. Tell yourself you do not have to do anything right now. Simply allow yourself to float into the silky silence as you go deeper and deeper on your inward journey to peace and inner calmness. Allow yourself to rest in this silence. Watch your breath come and go as you feel your mind more relaxed. Now is the time for you to remember your intention that you selected and repeat it 3 times silently to yourself. Full awareness and focus here again. Back to your breath, taking a deep breath in. And exhaling out. As you float yourself back down to this space, feeling the body Contact with the floor and the props. Yourself back into the space. Flailing the fingers and the toes to create some energy. Slowly bending your right knee, slowly your foot to the floor, bolster, followed by the left. You're using the eye pillow to reach up, removing out from your face to the floor. So keep your eyes closed. Reaching with your right hand towards your right leg, either to the shin or the back of the thigh. Hug the knee in towards the chest. Join this also with the left, both legs in together. You can stay still or rock from side to side, whichever one you like for your back. And pick a side you'd like to roll to, left or right, away from your injury. Make your own decision where you want to head. And as you come onto the side, flex the bottom arm to support your head. And this is where we're going to pause for 2 breaths. So let's take a nice deep breath in. Sigh, now releasing. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Back to your natural breath. So let your eyes open as you point yourself back to the light and space. Use your hand and your elbow to resist. Slowly coming up. Head coming up flat. Once you're back in the space, find the seat you want to sit in. Oh, I'm just not long enough. Oh, got it. Okay, so this is reading for this fetal class. Our desires act as fuel, propelling us towards new horizons. Goals are the dreams that we are willing to work for. When we set goals, we take responsibility for our lives and choose to wholeheartedly devote ourselves to our aspirations. Consciously creating your goals can help ensure the success you seek is attainable and serves you. In creating goals, you create your future by outlining your destiny. When you choose your goals using your head and heart, you take the first step in manifesting what you want. So floating arms overhead into Untitled Mudra. Namaste into the heart. Listen to these, our 3 ohms. Take breath in. Taking 2 breaths into the heart, breathing in. Exhaling out. Another breath in. And exhale. Gently let your eyes open, downward towards your hands. Pause a moment here. And then back into the space. And in a close your ceiling. Namaste. 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 Float the arms up, raise the prana, deep breath in. And exhale. Well, are we eagled out? Are we okay? Any questions? All right. That means you're done.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Helen.
Helen.
You're welcome. Any questions?
No. Thank you.
You're welcome. See you
You
downstairs.
too.
You too tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, namaste.
Bye.
Bye.